So welcome tonight, everybody. My name is Brad Miller, and I'm really excited you're with us tonight. I'll go over this in a second, but we have people from all over the United States joining us here tonight. And tonight we're talking about real stories of health that have been transformed. So I'm glad you're with us. My name, for those that don't know me, is Brad Miller, and this is my wife, Ashley Miller. She's not with me tonight because we have an adorable little 10-month-old who someone has to watch him because honestly, he's just crazy. You can see him doing push-ups in the right-hand corner. He can already do more push-ups than his dad. And my wife and I, we're certified health coaches. And I never thought that those names or that title would be anywhere near, or any of those words would be anywhere near associated with my name. But I'm very proud to say it now. And I'm excited to share that story with you as we go. But this is my family. This is my wife. This is my little guy. We like to be outdoors. We like to be active. We like to live optimal health. And I love to change lives. You can see me and my mom there in the center. We're actually speaking to a room here of like 300 plus in Portland, Oregon. And just changing lives is what we do. And these are just some of the lives that I just kind of compiled. And this is what happens when one person decides to get healthy, and what we're going to be talking about tonight with Optimal Health. So like I said, I was going to bring up kind of who's on the call tonight. And the great thing about this is that this call is what we call one of our support pieces. Because we talk to people about optimal health, and we have an optimal health program. And this is one of the support pieces. And what we hop on here and do, you may be on here because you found a link of a friend. You don't even know why you're on here. Maybe you were dragged on. Maybe you got on accidentally. You might be someone that's transforming your health, like the story you're about to hear. You may be someone who's a coach, and this is part of what you do is just plugging in, because when you become a coach to pay it forward to other people, you're more likely and you plug into this. And this is what's great. And I didn't even mention my health story, which is actually probably one of the coolest. I come from a long line of losers. My whole family combined has lost over 2,500 pounds. I know that sounds like a lot, and it's because it is. I used to have a big family, and now I have a big, healthy family. And so it started with my mom, rippled into my aunts, my grandparents, my great-grandma, extended cousins. And honestly, I was one of the last people to join because I needed to wait to actually start making my unhealthy decisions, where I realized I needed this program. So I lost 25 pounds on this program, and I lost that 6 years ago. And I'm really happy to say, just practicing the habits of health and working towards optimal health, my life has gotten better every single day. The smile on the faces of my wife you see there before is just because we're filled with so much happiness every day in our health and what we do every single day. So we talked about who's on the call and what we're really doing tonight. I don't really have much to tell you. I'll fill you in a little bit of what Take Shape for Life's all about, what our program entails. Again, this is one of the support pieces. You might just already be on your journey. You know all about it. This is just extra inspiration for you tonight. And that's what we're going to get to, is the stories, because the stories are what are the most powerful. So as we get started here tonight, it's actually my extreme pleasure to bring on a friend that's come into my life here recently. Her story is tremendous. And Ashley is going to tell you a little bit about what it's like as she got started and what her health journey has been like. So Ashley, are you there?
I am here.
Awesome. Let me see. There you are. I can see it. Tell us a little bit about this whole health story here that you have. How'd you come to Take Shape for Life? Who shared it with you? And you haven't been on your journey that long. Tell everyone a little bit about what it's been like for you so far and what's changed in your life.
Well, absolutely everything in my life has changed in the last 47 days since I started the program. I first got introduced to Take Shape for Life. I moved into a new house, and my neighbor was walking around with this shake in her hand. And I'm like, nice to meet you. What is that? And she's like, oh, I'm on this new health program, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, it's a fad, whatever. Nice to meet you. I'm going to live by you now. So she's like, hey, I've lost 12 pounds. And I'm like, wow, okay. I'm watch her. She's like melting away. She's like, I'm down 20 pounds. The day she told me she was down 30 pounds, I'm like, here's my card. What do? I don't care what it costs. I'm ordering this. Like, just buy it for me. So her and her health coach, Gina, sat down and helped me order my food and did all of that. And I'm like, all right, well, when this comes, I'll figure it out, whatever. So my food comes, I get started. 10 days in, I'm 16 pounds down. I'm super stoked. Now I have to go on a working vacation. I'm like, I don't know how this is going to work out. I'm literally going to the Midwest to play with cows, but I'm going to bring my food. People are going to make fun of me. And it's been very interesting, the support that I've had via Facebook, via people talking to you, via, people I haven't seen in 10 years. I walk in, they're like, this is the best you've looked in your whole life. Currently, I am down 27 pounds, and it's been easy. It's been fun. The support is amazing. About 14 days into my health journey, I was told by someone, hey, why don't you be a health coach? So I went on and I kind of looked at the program, all of that, and I bought the rest of my food I needed for my trip, hit order, and I'm like, oh my God, my cart is more expensive. Oh my God, I'm a health coach. I just bought my health kit. I think I might be the first person ever that bought their health kit and became a health coach on accident, but I would not change it for the world. I love it. I It actually came at a really good time. When I got back from my trip, I had quit everything that I was doing. I was a horse trainer. I was doing all kinds of stuff. I worked 80 hours a week, and I walked away from that one day and woke up and said, oh my God, what am I going to do with my life? I don't know. And I prayed about it, and I got my first client, my first health coaching client. And I'm like, okay. And I've been seriously health coaching for 3 weeks. And as of today, I just became associate director, which is pretty cool in my book. And what a great day to have it happen the last day of the month. So I actually paid it forward, and my first health coaching client that I had, Donna, is actually a health coach now, or is actually on program and doing really well and ready to kind of maybe get started and take the next step.
Ashley, I love that so much. There's so many great things there. And I'm actually going to get to that a little bit later about how Paying It Forward works because actually, I won't ruin the surprise, but that's just how we help so many people's lives. And I'll get to that a little bit later. Tell me a little bit. So you met your neighbor. What was life going on for you? I mean, you're down 27 pounds. You feel great. You're helping other people. I mean, you've already told me how great it feels to help other people realize they can do it. It kind of beats out how good you feel in your journey. But, where were you at, like in your health before? Like what made you finally say, I'm ready? Where were you at before you started this? And how are you feeling? Tell everyone how you're feeling now, just getting started on your journey.
I feel amazing. Like I wake up in the morning, I'm like, all right, I'm up. I'm gonna have my breakfast. I'm gonna have coffee. This is what I'm gonna do with my day. Like I actually skip down the hall in my house. And for anyone on this call that has ever met me, I have never skipped anywhere in my life. Like that's just not me. And look at the pictures on the screen. I mean, the top picture on the left where I have a hat on, that was advanced summer camp. I took my horseback riding kids to the water park and had no idea that that's what I looked like. I mean, I was going so hard and working and all of that. I mean, you never realize what you look like when you're at your worst until A, you look at a picture, and B, you put a picture 25 pounds down next to it. It's like, oh my God, like I wore a swimsuit in public that day. And the bottom left picture where I have the kid with the pony. I mean, I was telling kids they needed to be healthy. They needed to watch what they eat when they came to the barn so they had energy. They needed to do this. And I wasn't leading by example, and I was always run down. I was tired. I slept a lot. I mean, honest to God, I was huge compared to where I thought that I was. And making this change and getting healthy has been one of the biggest blessings in my entire life. Like, I've never been someone, even in high school, I was never someone that was small. And now that, I'm melting away, it's amazing.
Oh, I love it. One last question for you, because I know you're just kind of getting started on your journey. And for those that don't know, I quote my dad often. My dad's a simple but bright man. He says, health is like the laundry. It's never done. So we're always on our health journey. But tell people on here tonight a little about what, now that you're this far along, you're feeling great, you're catching the whole vision, basically everything starts to become like, wow, I can do anything I want. So tell people a little bit about what your goals are, for your health as you're moving forward. You're already down 27, got the energy, you're feeling good. Tell people a little about where you're going.
So the next step, I mean, I'm kind of halfway to my goal. My weight goal. I want to try to start with 50 pounds down and see how I feel. I mean, maybe at that point, gonna want to go a little more. I know before I started, I never actually checked my blood sugar, but I know I was pre-diabetic. I would crash. I would, during the day, I would be so tired and exhausted if I didn't eat, and I wasn't eating. I would eat breakfast and then maybe dinner. I was just so unhealthy. And now just being on program and going with it, literally my whole life has changed. And the people that I talk to about the program and share health with them and all of that, I tell them I sound like a broken infomercial, but I've never believed in anything in my entire life. I did Nutrisystems, I did Weight Watchers, I did a super intense CrossFit program on the paleo diet. And they're like, yay, I lost 10 pounds in 6 weeks. Like, really? That's not, those aren't results. And seeing something where I actually get results, people are coming to me saying, what are you doing? I need this. So it's such a good feeling.
I love it, Ashley. Thank you so much for sharing. You can tell that anything's possible with you. So thank you so much for sharing tonight. And I like what Ashley said there for one thing is, she's tried a bunch of things. And there's a bunch of great things out there you can do for your health. You mentioned talking to your kids that you worked with about being healthy. And there's a lot of, this is what I call, this is kind of what we call the golden circles. And for those that don't know, it's a teaching by Simon Sinek, is a great author. Basically, a lot of people will focus on the hows and whats, like how much water they drink, crazy CrossFit diets, how and when they eat or what they eat and all these things, it's all one dimensional. What we like to focus on is optimal health, which is all areas of health, which is a healthy body, and healthy mind, healthy finances, all of those things, you're eating, getting to an optimal weight really encompasses everything. And what's great is you're focused on an overall goal. Everything will take care of itself. Probably my most favorite quote from a client this year that became a coach and paid it forward was, I knew I was unhealthy. I knew I needed to lose weight, but I didn't know by simply losing weight that every area of my life would improve, that relationships would improve, that my confidence that would improve, my time with my kids and my family and the time with my husband and just emotional feelings. It's like I had no idea that my weight was the barrier holding all of those from being better in my life. So we focus on optimal health, and I think Ashley's story is a great example of that. So next, I'm actually going to kick it over to Christina Reed, and she's going to tell you a little about her story, because each story's a little bit different, but it all has the same attributes, but each one is particularly special. So I'm excited for Christina to share hers with you tonight.
Hi, Brad. Thank you for having me.
Hey, thanks for being on.
So just really quickly, just a little background on me. I am a mom to two little boys, ages 6 and 3, and my husband is in the Navy. After the birth of my second son, I kind of saw that I wasn't able to lose the weight that I had gained while I was pregnant, and it just wasn't happening for me. And I came across my health coach who showed me our Nursing Moms program, and I was able to lose about 50 pounds with that. And during the course of that, I was in the process of going through some medical things that I ended up being diagnosed with lupus about almost 2 years ago. And in the process of this, I was kind of having a hard time losing those last 30 pounds. My body was just not doing it, and I was having all this inflammation and this pain and fatigue. And my health coach said, I think if we can get you into fat burn, I think you will really see a difference. And I was a little resistant. I wasn't really excited about trying something brand new. Even though the program was working for me, I just had this hesitancy. And so I went to the doctor one day, and I left the doctor with a prescription for a scooter. I had paperwork for a handicap tag for the DMV and 3 new medications, and I was hysterical. I went to the car and I thought, at 30 years old, I should not be scooter bound. And so I called my coach on the way home and said, I'm ready. I'm ready for fat burn. Whatever you think will help me, let's do it. And so within 3 weeks, I went from taking 6 to 8 medications every morning just to begin like basic functioning of life. It was like I needed the coffee and I needed all the medications to get out of bed and be able to get my older son to school and all of those things. Within 3 weeks, I was down to 1 medication in the morning. And I lost those last 30 pounds in like 8 or 9 weeks. And at that point, I just realized I had to share this with people. If this had changed my life so drastically, what could it do for other people? And so I initially I decided to become a health coach, initially just to kind of offset the cost of my food. And, talk to my coach and was like, I just want to help a few of my really close friends, maybe my mom. And it just kind of ballooned on me. And now at this point, I am helping many people that I care about in my life, not just lose weight, but really get their own version of optimal health. And I'm able to contribute to my family's expenses, which being a single income military family is huge for us. And I realized kind of with all of these things happening, I made a decision about a year ago that I needed to be happy. I needed to be happy. I needed to be healthy. And really, I have started living this trilogy of optimal health with healthy body, healthy mind, healthy finances. And without the support of this community that I found, and especially my health coach, I don't think I would have had the guts to really go for it. And you have this community of support that on the days that you feel like you can't do it, or you're having a bad day, or it's not working, whatever that is, because everybody has those days. You have somebody there going, no, but I know you can. And you really can. And so I'm always honored when I'm asked to share, because I feel like if I could just help people understand that where I was, and I was just completely hopeless. I thought nothing would ever help. I thought that I was going to live on a million medications and be in a scooter and be overweight and be miserable forever. If any of that resonates within you, like, I just want to share with people that there is hope, and it can change, and you can make it better.
That's so good. Sorry, you got me a little choked up here. I'm looking at your before picture, and I remember meeting you about halfway through your journey and just talking about where you were when you got started and just where you are now. And then I just see your love for helping other people awaken that, because it's, most people out there, 2/3 of Americans are overweight, obese. And I know some people think about that as just a stat. Like, yes, I know that we're unhealthy as Americans, but that really means compromising our life, confidence issues, feeling our best, going out the door not feeling good about ourselves, wondering if our family is, I talked with someone last week and they just were wondering, is my family ashamed of me, of where I am in my health? Are they following suit? And, all of those things just really come into play. And I just love how your story is inspirational for you and your family. I know your family's already changed habits, and I know your family's also following suit. To watch your little guys watch you basically see my mama can do anything, and also to watch you want to help people, I know it's just so powerful. And then even on top of it, military family, it's hard for military families to get by as a family, because, what are you supposed to do while your husband's out there serving? There's not much options. And for you to basically be able to change your health and change other people's health and change your guys' lives to ease up, man, it doesn't get any better than that. That's what we call, optimal health, and the trilogy of optimal health. I just love it. Thank you so much for sharing, Christina.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Anything you want to add on top to that?
No, I mean, what you were saying before I started talking was kind of that you spoke with someone who didn't know how much of a difference, or what a barrier their weight was. And I really kind of started this and just thought, I just don't want to be fat. That was where I was living in my head. I just didn't want to wear that size. And that one step has completely changed my life. I'm happier now than I have probably ever been, honestly. And I'm so grateful for this program and for my coach and what it has done for me.
Oh, I love it. Such a great example. I normally would have a bar to reach up, but fortunately and unfortunately, it's been a long day. So normally I'd hold it up. So it helped me keep my eating on track. That's what our program does. And I didn't know that a single bar getting started on this program would change my life and all these attributes too. So just congratulations. You can tell how much has changed through your life. And I see that smile and I know how much it means. So it's amazing. Well done.
Thank you.
Awesome. So, this is, like I talked about, there's so many people on the call tonight. If you're on here just to gain more information, I hope this just inspires you that health is possible, that, what could I do? If I wanted to be, move to that next level. What if there were no barriers? I talked to so many people that were like, I don't even know if it's possible to lose weight or be healthier. Why even try? Especially because 85% of people that lose weight gain it back and then some within 2 years. The stats are against you, which really makes people not want to try even to go about that. So what about those stories resonate with you? I love going over our program because our program just includes weight loss. It's really about all the things that Ashley and Christina shared with you. And we talk about preparing for your journey, reaching a healthy weight, which overall stats, if you're looking at this just informational wise, you can talk about all the different things that you do to be a healthy life. But really one of the ones in medical studies show that if you're at a healthy weight, you're actually hedging your bet on health issues overall just by being at a healthy weight. But we're also talking about nutrition and healthy lifestyle and balance and healthy mind, learning the habits of health, optimizing for your age, and living a longer, healthier life. Like my great grandma who lost over 100 pounds in her early 80s and lived another decade. My grandma wasn't supposed to be even alive at 84. She lived all the way to 94. And that's what we're talking about here, thriving in life no matter where it is you're at. So this is a little bit about our program. If you have not tried it yourself or you're wondering what it is, it's got so many different components because we are what we call the antithesis of a diet. We start where diets leave off. We have one, I'll start off with the meal plan. We have meal plans. We have a 5-in-1 program that's great. You eat every 2 to 3 hours. The meals are nutritionally balanced. There's nothing special about them except nutrition and portion controlled exactly the way you're supposed to eat, with a bunch of options that make it easy to just say, I just need to grab. And here's another information piece for you. The only way to replace a bad habit or to get rid of a bad habit is to replace it with a good one. So eating every 2 to 3 hours is a good habit of health. So we have you reach for something nutritious every 2 to 3 hours, and you can follow the plan. It's really simple. There's over 80 different meals, and they're all portion controlled, high in protein, high in nutrition, balanced with everything you need. And they're all exactly the same footprint. So you can reach for a banana shake in the morning and have oatmeal for dinner. It's whatever matters for you. And you just basically eat every 2 to 3 hours and drink a ton of water as your body's hydrated, because a hydrated body is a body that's operating the way it should. You also have one time a day what's called a lean and green, and that's a healthy meal that you're preparing yourself with your family or out at a restaurant. It's lean protein and veggies, and it doesn't have to be boring. It doesn't have to be boiled chicken breast and steamed broccoli. There's a lot of good meals. And I love this program because it taught me how to eat properly. But we combine that with a health coach, community of people that are doing exactly this and sharing stories. This is one of those aspects here tonight. We do a lot of those. We actually do a lot of things where we get together as a group. We have Facebook groups, calls every Tuesday, and like right now we're in a health games. We also combine that with an education system called the Habits of Health that will show you how to live a healthy life. So the whole point of this, and what my favorite part is to share with people, is real people trust real people. No one trusts advertisements anymore. People trust real people that are seeing. It's like, hey, this is something that's actually working for you. Let me in on it. So like, I love this example. This is my good friend, Dawn, and their family now, Dawn and Brian, their daughter, Natalie, who's about to turn 4. They came to us because I helped a client lose about 40 pounds. She knew that person. And Dawn, I'm going to call you out, Dawn, paid about $1,000 for laser fat surgery removal that obviously didn't work. But when Alia was my client, lost 40 pounds, she said, you're not doing that. Tell me what you're doing. And she lost her weight. Actually, she lost it twice because after having her baby, now she's back to her pre-baby weight. Paid it forward to a friend back home, Lori, who was a Zumba instructor, who paid it forward to one of her co-instructors, Abby, who lost 70 pounds. Abby helped Andrea because she saw that it was working. Andrea helped Julie, who helped her look amazing on her wedding day, and Julie helped her friend Shauna. And that's just really how it works. And I'm happy to tell you, I've tallied it up. Just because of my wife's decision and I to get healthy, we've seen over 40,000 people start their health journey and change their health, a lot like we're talking about today. And that's just the power of paying it forward and what we're talking about, which in paying it forward, the cool thing about this is refer to your health coach. The great thing about it is you get a referral thank you fee. You get $25 towards your next order. But most people choose to pay it forward and actually help the people around you, because you don't have to be amazing to be a health coach. Like I said, I never thought that health coaching would be anywhere near my name as far as a title. But if you just want to share your story and help the people around you and plug them in and tell them that health's possible, it not only makes you 5 times more likely to reach your health goals and your healthy weight, but it also is probably one of the most rewarding things I've done in my life besides being a parent and I would say it's been way better than being in the military myself, because you can't tell, for some reason I decided to bring back the haircut. The barber didn't understand what I was asking for, so I think I'm joining back in or something. Anyways, that's one of the coolest things, and at any point along the way, you can choose to pay it forward. So you can see Christina and Ashley both chose to do that. Or you can just stay on your health journey and refer to your health. Either way, you're referring and you're paying it forward to the people around you, letting know that health's possible. So I thought we'd kind of cap off tonight with some really good friends of mine down there in sunny Arizona, Joshua and Jessica Elder, who have an amazing story. And they're just going to tell you how their lives changed together since starting this process. So Joshua, Jessica, you guys want to tell us a little about your journey?
Yeah, thanks, Brad, so much for having us. And I'm just so excited that all these people tuned in tonight, because I think our community is one of the strongest things we have going for us. And it's certainly new in my life. Well, not new anymore. It's about 3 years. But it's a new experience for me as opposed to every other thing I've tried, which I will talk a little bit about. So thanks so much for letting us share. And thank you, everybody who joined in tonight. I think it's awesome. So I started Take Shape for Life, started like Christina and Ashley. I just wanted to lose weight. But losing weight wasn't so much of a mystery to me. I knew how to lose weight. In fact, I had lost weight a whole bunch of times, maybe like some of us on the call. But I gained it back plus some. And I think Brad just told us 85% of people who go on diets gain back their weight plus some. I was adding to that statistic really successfully. So this time when I wanted to lose weight, I decided to take a little bit of a different route and reach out to somebody I knew and trusted, somebody I had had a relationship with in college. And I had noticed her posting some stuff on Facebook about her success with the program. And I thought, I'm going to ask Susan to help me. I'm going to put away my pride. I'm going to put away, whatever hesitation I have, and just ask for somebody I know and trust to help me through this, because I don't want to do this yo-yo thing anymore. It just doesn't feel good. So Susan helped me through the weight loss, and that was awesome. I mean, I lost 53 pounds. I've maintained that for almost 3 years now. It feels incredible. I don't want to downplay that, but I think what's even more magnificent is that Susan introduced me to this community. She introduced me to this incredible support system that has helped me ensure that that weight is not coming back in my life. And part of that, honestly, was becoming a health coach myself. And she invited me to become a health coach, I don't know, 7 or 8 times before I decided, okay, let me see if I can help some people in my life feel as good as I feel right now. And that was it. I just had a few people who were heavy on my heart, who I knew had been through the yo-yo thing like I had. And maybe would benefit from my support. Maybe they would trust me to walk with them on the journey. At the time, I was working 4 part-time jobs when I started coaching. We have 3 children, and at that time they were 7, 4, and 3. And as they were getting into elementary school and preschool, my work schedule in my previous jobs was after school and evening hours. And so as soon as they would get done from school, I started working. So I wasn't around for, swim team and music rehearsals and homework. And we were paying babysitters to do that a lot of the time, honestly. And when I started health coaching, within a really short amount of time, my business had grown way beyond anything I could imagine. And those few people I wanted to help turned into 20, turned into 30, turned into more and more and more. And as people were choosing health, I was able to walk away from some of those jobs that just weren't serving our family's goals, what we wanted for our life, for our kids and us as parents. So now I'm happy to say I took my girls to ballet class today. I sat down and did homework with them yesterday. I am home in the evenings. I walked away from those things that just aren't serving us, and we're really building our lives now more around what we really think is important. And Take Shape for Life has given me that gift. If it had just been the weight loss, I would be over the moon excited about it. But it has been so much more. So yeah, I know Joshua wants to share a little bit about how he came to join me and what he's gained from it too.
Yeah, so I've lost 52 pounds. It took me a while to do it because I kept setting goals for myself saying, yeah, if I get to 220, I think I'll be pretty good. So I'd get to 220 and I'd hang out there for a few months and then be like, oh, I don't know. If I get to 210, I'll feel pretty good. And then I saw that healthy BMI at 193 and I was like, I wonder if I could get to healthy BMI. I'm going to go for it. And so I did, and now I'm there and I'm living there and it feels great. And honestly, when I was 240, I thought 193 was like, no, I can't ever weigh 193. I'm a big guy. But it turns out I'm not really a big guy. I was just carrying a lot of weight. The part of the trilogy that I want to talk about just very briefly is really the healthy mind. And it really is the optimal life. So as Jessica said, it goes way beyond weight loss. The tools, the habits of health that I feel like we have learned from Take Shape, they really do transfer to all parts of your life. And I feel like my life was happening to me, and I was not happening to my life. I wasn't making decisions. Decisions were being made on my behalf by the cosmos or something like that. And really the evaluation, the assessment tools that Take Shape for Life and the healthy habits has given me and has given us has allowed us to make some really good choices to stop and evaluate what are these things in our lives that are unnecessary and that we don't need, and what is it that we really truly want in our life, and let's start building our life around those things So it's kind of like, I was just thinking about it today. It's kind of like I was in the back of a New York taxi cab, and we were going for a crazy ride, and I had no control over where this car was going. And Take Shape for Life has put me in the driver's seat. And, you know, I know there's still going to be traffic and my car might break down, but I am the one now that is the driving force in my life.
Wow, you guys, I don't know how I'm gonna really even recap that. It's so beautiful, and I see your guys' family, and I'm looking here at your picture, and I'm looking at your wedding day, and I know, you know, I remember back to when we were getting married, and myself and my wife, and just, you know, you think you can conquer the world, and then life just happens to you. And I just love that analogy of, you know, how your life's transformed. Your guys' health, obviously, you feel amazing. I mean, you look like you do on your wedding day, maybe even better. That bow tie is way better than that old tie there, Joshua. And just, you can tell it's probably the greatest gift, just like we were talking about, you know, just, you know, you didn't know what your health was holding back and what this process is, you know, lodged free in your life. And just to see your guys' story transform and put yourself in the driver's seat. It's not magic. You live every day on purpose, but now you ask yourself, what am I creating? And honestly, through your own health, you're helping others. And there's no greater thing than that. So thank you guys for sharing. It's truly amazing. So as we wrap up here tonight, guys, these are the stories that we're talking about. They're powerful. You know, sometimes you think it's just weight loss, but you don't see what's happening behind it, the transformation, the grow. And I've never been part of an organization that encouraged me to grow more. I've been on sports teams left and right. You know, I was in the military, you know, been involved in my church. Nothing's encouraged me to grow and become a better person more than this. And this is what we're talking about, organizing your life around what matters most. There's no financial freedom in life. There's no nothing like that. That's not what we're talking. We're talking about living life where you combine, you know, what you're great at, what you're paid for, what the world needs, and what you love, and pointing that right in the middle and saying, I'm creating my life around what matters most. So I could go into detail on that and even use Jessica and Joshua as an example, but, you know, we'll keep tonight short. And for those, I know some people jumped on here just to kind of see what Paying It Forward actually does. And, you know, we'll keep this really short because we're not really about income and Take Shape for Life. But, you know, just for people that just come on and just help their first 5 people get healthy. And that's usually the first step. And it's very easy to do with your story. There's 5 people around you that want to change their health if you're changing it too. 57% of people out of 100% possibilities that just help 5 people, you know, their average income, you know, increases about almost $8,000 a year. And that is huge. And, you know, kind of goes up from there, helping a few more, like 5 more, and then 5 more after that. And then down there at the bottom is just our average executive director income. And if you want more information on this, connect with your coach. You know, we're not much really about the income. It's kind of actually our little secret that once you pass the test of being awesome and paying it forward, you kind of get let in on the good little secret there. And this is just the beginning stages, you guys. And this is really good income that really creates a lot of, I mean, Christina was talking about it. She could let you in on what that alleviated in their household for a military family to just be paying it forward. It's the difference between families making it and not making it, having to sacrifice and not sacrifice, having to stress and not stress. But I can tell you, if you think big enough, it's also the difference between being able to live a life without needing to really have any barriers. Like, you know, for me, and you guys have to know me to hear my heart on this. Like, I just booked a trip to take my 10-month-old son to Paris on his birthday of 1 year. And there was no thoughts on it because I just want to teach him the world. I want to teach him how to love people. I want to teach him how to, you know, have no barriers if you work hard and love people. And so anyways, this is what's really possible here. And then there's leadership training, and this is just the beginning of paying it forward to others. So that's a little bit of that. Ask your health coach if you want some more. So anyways, we want to thank you guys for being on the call. Those that are already getting healthy, those that, you know, are maybe thinking about starting their journey, those that are already on their journey and thinking about helping the others that are starting to notice. We want to thank you tonight, congratulate you guys for being on the call. The great thing here is as we wrap up, we actually are doing a really great drawing this month. We've had so many people asking people that we wanted to share these stories tonight. And hopefully you could tell that there's a difference in what people are sharing here, different than what just, you know, you see every single day. So if you want, we're offering a 10 $25 scholarships. You know, if you want to start our program tonight, if you've been thinking about it or mulling it over, just type "I want optimal health" into the chat box. Or if you don't know how to do that because it's your first time on Zoom, just tell your coach. They'll get me the information. We're going to do a drawing right after this call, and they'll be sure to notify you. So put "I want optimal health" and who your health coach is or the person that invited you. and we'll get back to you really shortly on this. I'll do the drawing as soon as we're off the call. But as we wrap up here, guys, I hope you guys took some things away. I hope you guys were inspired. I want to thank everyone who shared tonight. It was truly powerful and amazing. And so Ashley, Jessica, Joshua, Christina, thank you so much for sharing tonight. Truly amazing. You guys all have a great night. Hopefully you learned something about health. And if you like this, share it. People are out there wanting to do the same thing, and they want this transformation in their lives. So don't keep us the best kept secret out there. Let's change some lives. So thank you, everybody, and have a great night.